Jackson State are 2021 SWAC champions, not East champions, champions of the entire SWAC. Jackson State, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, and Jackson State won the SWAC. I'm going to talk about it right after the bumper. Stay tuned. What's good people? Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Black Boss channel with Victory Formation. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff because we upload every single day. Now, Jackson State, Coach Prime, Deion Sanders, Jackson State has won the SWAC Championship Game with a 27-10 win over Prairie View A&M. They did it in dominant fashion on the defensive side of the ball. The offense really didn't have that great of a game. The defense forced 4 turnovers of Prairie View's quarterback, Juwan Pass. He had 3 interceptions. He went 6 for 19 passing, 3 picks, only 80 yards, and they also forced a fumble because he had a fumble lost on the day. Shedeur Sanders didn't have he probably had his worst game as a college quarterback. 8 of 16, only 85 yards, but Peyton Pickett and Santee Marshall picked up the slack. Jackson State had over 150 rushing yards. Peyton Pickett, 19 carries, 107 yards rushing and a touchdown, and you got to give it up to the big man defensive end in James Houston with a sack, an interception, a touchdown. The man was everywhere. Jackson State only gave up 1 touchdown on a gimmicky trick play, 35-yard touchdown pass from a receiver. So that was all the defense did. But then outside of that, Coach Prime said in the postgame, he said, we know we haven't given up 21 points all year. I knew once we scored 21 points, we'd be good to go because our defense was just totally locked in. I think they finished with like 5 or 6 sacks. James Houston, like I said, was just a monster, and they won the 2021 SWAC championship, going 11-1, going undefeated in the SWAC. The 11 wins is the most wins in program history. Check it. Listen to what I just said. Jackson State's 11 wins in Coach Deion Sanders, Coach Prime's first season in the fall. The 11 wins is the most in program history, and they have a chance to get a 12th win in the Celebration Bowl. Think about how special that is. It took this man 1 year. He got hired in September of 2020. He got hired in September of 2020. Now, at the end of the fall, his first full fall season, the man has the most wins in program history for 1 season. 11 and counting, for a chance for 12 come December 18th. That's how special Coach Prime, Coach Deion Sanders has been for the Jackson State Tigers. That's how special this fall 2021 season has been for the Jackson State Tigers. That's how special this entire unit, this entire staff that he brought, these players, all encompassing has been for not just the Jackson State Tigers, but for the entire HBCU community. You got to think, Jackson State as a program hasn't won the SWAC since 2007. Jackson State, the program, hadn't had a winning record since 2013. Jackson State, the program, was essentially null and void and irrelevant in the SWAC. Not nationally. Of course nobody knew them nationally. They were irrelevant in the SWAC. They were irrelevant among HBCUs. And in 1 calendar year, in 15 months, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, has completely changed the game in Jackson, Mississippi. He has completely revolutionized not just JSU sports, but HBCU sports. They are on a different trajectory, a different course, and that is all thanks to Coach Deion Sanders, his staff, and what his team has been able to do at Jackson State University. You cannot like JSU. You can be an Alcorn fan. You can be a Valley fan, a Southern fan, a Prairie View fan. You can love all of these other schools. You can love all of these other schools, but you must tip your cap to what Deion Sanders has been able to do with the help of his leadership team, his coaching staff, his team of marketers and executives, and all those guys and gals down there in Jackson. They are doing the damn thing. I can't do nothing but love every single thing that they're doing. Now they have a tough task because here's the thing. They're far from done. I mean, without Jawan Pass's 4 turnovers, and I don't want to harp on Jawan Pass. He was a guy that played at U of L, University of Louisville. You guys know I'm a big Louisville fan, so I know a lot about Jawan Pass. But without his 4 turnovers, Prairie View could have won this game. Prairie View at times could get the quarterback run game going. They couldn't really do anything vertically. I mean, they had guys open. They just weren't hitting the guys. I mean, they had guys, several throws that were just missed. Several throws that were just missed with guys that were open. So Prairie View had a legit chance of winning this game. But when your quarterback turns the ball over 4 times, including a pick 6, it's very hard to be the JSU team. Even when their offense is playing like dog crap, like just garbage. Dumas for Prairie View is a stud, and he gave JSU's O-line problems all game. Shador could never find a rhythm. Threw a red zone interception. The man only has 5 interceptions all year, and he threw 1 in the red zone. So Jackson State, there's no foregone conclusion that they're just going to wipe the floor with South Carolina State, the winners of the MEAC, over in the Celebration Bowl. South Carolina State is a prideful team. South Carolina State is a team that has a lot to prove. South Carolina State is a team that can show that it can score. It's put up 41 points against Alabama A&M. So South Carolina State, if their quarterback is able to make some throws that Puma Pass just simply wasn't able to make, this could be an interesting game. I'm still rocking with JSU because I just think that defense wins championships. And that defense over at JSU, albeit they had some busted coverages and some guys from Prairie View got open. But you mean to tell me you think you can block Antoine Owens and James Houston and Katron Evans and Ragland and Keontae Hampton and Aubrey Miller all game? You telling me you're going to be able to block them all game? You're telling me you're going to avoid kicking it to Isaiah Bolden, who had a kick return touchdown in the SWAC Championship game? You're going to avoid kicking it to him all game? You're going to avoid kicking and punting it to Warren Newman, who has several punt return touchdowns this season all game? Nah. You tell me Deion Sanders is going to have another 8 for 16 game and an interception? You telling me he's going to have another performance like the SWAC Championship game? Nah. I just simply don't believe all of those things that took place in the SWAC Championship game is going to happen in the Celebration Bowl. I don't believe Shador is going to be that bad. I do believe that defense is going to show up. I do believe that defense is going to continue to make plays like they have all season. South Carolina State doesn't have a high-powered, potent offense. Now, they might get a few, busted coverages plays, but I don't think all those busted coverages that Jackson State had against Prairie View is going to happen again. I think Jackson State is going to play the quarterback run better. Because even Deion, Coach Prime was like, most teams, a lot of teams in the HBCU world, their quarterbacks are better runners than passers. And it was the same with Jawan Pass. So once they forced him, he got loose a couple times on the quarterback runs. They got that in to contain. The man was throwing picks left and right, throwing picks to defensive ends. So I'm rocking with JSU, and I'll have another video kind of covering in detail that Celebration Bowl. But I'm just here to say, wow, what Coach Prime, Deion Sanders was able to do in the SWAC championship game in just the first calendar year in the SWAC, man. It was true. It's truly special. Hopefully we can get Coach Prime on this platform soon, and some other HBCU coaches, just to talk about his impact and what him being in the SWAC does to raise the level of competition and what it's going to force them to do as far as the recruiting trail, upgrading their facilities, etc., etc. I'm looking forward to all of that. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsy Jr. with the Black Boss channel in Victory Formation. You can follow me on Twitter at JLightsy7. I post content on there all the time, on Twitter and Instagram at JLightsy7. And on Facebook, it's Jeff Lightsy Sports. On Facebook, it is Jeff Lightsy Sports. I will see you guys next time. Peace.